Surprise. Life's an everyday adventure. That's my philosophy. It was my friend Lily's birthday today, so when I woke up, I knew an adventure was ahead of me, but I wasn't sure what it would be. I hopped into my moccasins and headed to the kitchen to think. Food usually helps me. I sat down to a lovely bowl of cereal and berries and let my mind loose. I imagined us going to the Science Museum to learn about bugs. Lily loves bugs. I thought maybe we'd go to a place where a clown would make us balloon toys. Or maybe we would paint our faces and make silly art for our parents. Just then, my mother startled me. "Sweet pea, you let your cereal get soggy. Would you like another bowl?" I snapped out of my thoughtful daze and answered, "No, thank you." I knew there was little time left before Lily and her family would pick me up. So I ate my cold, soggy cereal as quickly as possible. As I rinsed my bowl in the sink, my moccasins began to tingle. An idea began to form. Maybe we'll go for a visit to the... I didn't even have time to finish the thought when the doorbell rang. I ran to the front door and gave Lily a big birthday hug. We hopped in the car and waved goodbye to my mother. Then off we went. Suddenly, I felt something on my head. It was a cowboy hat. Lily's mom had put one on Lily too, and then gave us bandanas to tie around our necks. Lily's family is French, so they're always a little fancy. Lily and I giggled as we wondered what the hats and bandanas were for. Were we going to a costume party? Perhaps a parade? Or maybe a real... Just then, we looked out the window and saw the sign. Bob's Baby Animal Farm. What a surprise! Lily said with a huge smile. I quickly followed up with a fantastic surprise. Lily loves bugs, but she also loves all animals. Bob ran to meet us at the entrance, and with whatever breath he had left, said, "Hurry, come quickly, I have a surprise for you. A foal was just born." As we raced with him to the barn, I could not wait to find out what a foal was. "Incredible," Lily said as the baby horse tested his new legs and tried to walk. It looked more like a crazy dance than a walk, but it was amazing. We watched him for a while. Unlike people, most baby animals have to be able to walk or crawl or hop almost immediately to survive, Bob said, sounding like a teacher. Wow, I had never thought of that. Bob also explained that since it was springtime, there were many baby animals to see. "Why would spring matter to animals?" Lily asked. "It is their nature to give birth when they have the best chance of surviving." I had never thought of that either. Perhaps Bob really was a teacher. We walked through the barn and passed by more bunnies than I had ever seen in my whole life. Then there were the sweet little yellow chicks pecking at anything and everything on the ground. I was looking at a terribly cute little baby deer, which I just learned is called a fawn, when I was shoved forward. When I turned to see what happened, I saw an adorable little white kid. I don't mean a child. I mean a baby goat. He was playing with me. Lily and I laughed and played with all the baby animals. Then something rather surprising caught my eye in a stall at the end of the barn. It was not a horse. It was not a goat. It wasn't a sheep either. It was a baby zebra! We rushed over to see if what we saw from afar was real. It was! It really was a baby zebra. Bob said that's usually the final surprise for everyone when they leave the barn. But he had one more surprise in store for us. "Follow me," Bob said as we walked slowly and quietly into another stall. We heard the tiny sounds of tiny little creatures, but it was dark, so we couldn't see them. Bob turned on the light ever so slowly. In the corner was a box with a mama cat and 7 of the cutest kittens you could imagine. Lily and I fell to the ground to play with the very energetic and funny kittens. "These kittens are ready to go home," Bob said as he smiled and looked at Lily's parents. "Surprise!" Lily's mom and dad said at the same time. "Happy birthday, Lily. Your present is to choose a kitten to take home with us today." Lily was so excited she began to cry, and then she rushed to choose her kitten. I helped as best I could. They were all so cute, but we found one. Buster, Lily said. That's what I'll name him. As we drove home with Buster asleep in Lily's arms, I thought about how some days are filled with more surprises than others. Those are great days. Molly Moccasins, everyday adventurer.